What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be taking a look at one of my portfolios here, or my stock portfolio, and I'm going to do this for a couple main reasons. The main one is that I want to try and be transparent and show you guys a little bit of behind the scenes. I do really trade, and I think that anybody that you're watching on the internet, you should be skeptical at first. And so my goal with this video is to show a little bit of transparency and show you guys kind of what's going on in the stock side of things in terms of my personal financial portfolio. Now, I also want to say that the goal with this video is to also be, like I said, transparent and show you guys what is realistically possible, which is very different than what you'll see on the internet for the most part. I want to say up front that I'm not making millions and millions from trading, although I have done pretty well in the last several weeks or so, or several months or so. There's ups and downs in trading in general. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through this portfolio a little bit. I'm going to show you guys some of the broken down performance. On my last video that I did a few weeks back, people requested to see a little bit more details on the stock market side of things. So I figured I would do so in this video. So most of you guys know me as a forex trader, but I've actually been trading stocks longer than I have been invested or trading forex. I've been doing stocks since I was in high school, which now seems like forever ago. Probably about 4 or 5 years ago is when I first got involved with this stuff. And throughout my entrepreneurial career, if you will, I've built up some capital that I've invested in stocks, and then all along the way, I've been trying to learn to trade and invest. Now, you might ask, well, why do you trade stocks if you trade forex? And the actual reason behind that is like I said, I started out investing and trading stocks, moved over to currencies because I really liked MetaTrader 4 and the ability to program my own tools and softwares, and I kind of have never changed completely to one or the other. I've always kind of done both. So with that said, I'm going to go through my stock portfolio here. We'll take a look at what's going on. Now I want you to see that you can see that the numbers are changing. You can also see that we are connected to the server here. This is Webull, and if you're not familiar with Webull, there will be a link down below in the description if you want to check them out for yourself. If you sign up using that link, I think we each get some sort of free stocks. I hear 2 stocks, 4 stocks. I've heard different things, but check it out for yourself. And I think that there's a free stock option if you sign up with Webull. I think it's only available to people in the US though, so check it out. Anyways, Webull, we can pull up Benzinga's review of them, and Benzinga, they're basically a big financial coverage company. And they can actually show you all sorts of different perks. You can also check this page out if you would like, but they are a regulated broker. They are regulated by the Securities and Exchange Commission, the SEC, and the Financial Industry Regulatory Authority, FINRA, if you want to call it that. And this has been an account that I've been doing a combination of trading and investing in. So I've got shares in Tesla in this one, and Apple, and I've also been tampering with some option strategies that I'm developing, as well as some of the swing trades that I've taken on stocks that I like. Okay, so now with that said, you can see that this overall portfolio is up over here on the left. It is currently sitting at $108,500. Now, this portfolio did not start at 100,000. It started at about 50,000. And I made videos about this. You can go back on my channel. I made videos when I first decided to buy some of the stocks back in the dip in 2020. And I've been trading and holding on to some of those stocks since then. And you can see that it's resulted in a very, very unusual, I should say that, very unusual and pretty impressive gain there of 107% on this account, up $56,250 or so, give or take. It's moving because the markets are open as we're looking at this. But again, the idea here is that this is unusual. As I mentioned in my previous video about performance, this is not something that happens to me every year. I would love to have 100% years all the time, but that's not very realistic. And most of this is due to the fact that I jumped into a lot of these stocks at a pretty good time. The market had dipped pretty substantially. I was pretty bullish on the markets, as I mentioned in that video. We can pop up a picture of what the video looks like here. You can go check that out if you would like. But I bought a bunch of stocks. I've been trading them, swing trading in and out of some of them, and overall have had a very, very unusual year of up over 100%. So probably, actually definitely my best trading year of my life. And what you'll notice very quickly is, Nick, That's $56,000. That's not millions and millions of dollars like all those other guys on the internet. And you would be very much correct. I don't make millions of dollars from my trading. I think that, to make millions of dollars in the market, you probably have to have a pretty substantial amount invested up front. And so I think that is a big thing to talk about whenever we talk about returns, is you have to understand that capital is required for any sort of business, and trading is really no different. Okay, so with that said, let's take a look at some of the performance here. So we can take a look at go by week if we'd like, and you can see it goes back to early 2020 or so. You can see had a $1,800 loss week, and then we had almost a $5,700 week, and then we had a $3,200 week, minus $1,000. So you can see we're kind of up, down, and around. But this, like I said, these sort of months and weeks are very unusual because of how much volatility there has been in the markets. Now, I want to say one more thing about this. This account is a pretty high risk account. You're not going to make 107% without taking any sort of risk. And so I should definitely disclaim that as well. This account is a higher risk sort of portfolio / trading account. And so these sort of returns, I've actually started to scale out of that higher risk environment as this account has grown. And my plan for it going forward is to kind of slow down and kind of become a little bit more conservative as we move ahead. The account has doubled. There's no need to take massive risk going forward. And as the markets have topped out, or not topped out, but as they've risen so much recently, I've started to take some profits on some of my positions, as well as become a little bit more conservative on the trading side of things. So you can say we've had some good months or some good weeks, some bad weeks. Here's a week where we're down 5%, down $4,500. Another bad week was $4,000 loss, $2,800 loss. And you can see some of the best weeks being up almost 9% for $9,000 gains, $3,500 gains. So just kind of week to week there. And finally, we can take a look at the month to month. And you can see that we've had almost every month be green except for 2 here. So the ninth month of 2020, which is September, and the 10th month, we've had negative gains. So we had almost a 9.25% loss, and then a 3.71% loss on the account during these 2 times. So, with any trading, you're going to have ups and downs. And like I said, this is a very unusual and exceptional sort of return for me. Usually I look to try and return something like 20 to 30% across all of my trading accounts, Forex or stocks. That's generally what I am trying to go for. With that, we might say, oh, well, there's more leverage in Forex. Well, not necessarily, because in the stock market, you can use options to leverage if you would like. I'm fairly new to options, although I'm implementing some of my strategy that I use in Forex over into the option side of things as well recently. So for those of you guys who are in our stock community, stay tuned on that. I'll probably be talking more about that as I become more comfortable doing it myself. If you're not already a part of our stock community, by the way, there should be a link down below in the description. You can join us for free, and then there's a premium option as well if you decide to join us there. But anyways, so that's kind of the overview of the account. You can see monthly, weekly, and then of course the daily has just been up, down, and around. The worst day of the time being a $4,500 down day, which has actually been here in 2021. And then we've had some red days the last few days, so I figured it was a good time to show this video, just to show you that it's not all rainbows and roses, if you will. There's ups and downs, of course. So you can see the last few days down 2,500, down 1,300, and down 3,200. And those are big swings. So I will say that it definitely takes some getting used to seeing your account go up and down like that. But again, a relatively higher risk portfolio, and you can see overall a pretty decently steady move to the upside. Now, one more thing I should say about this is that the market itself has gone up pretty substantially. Let's look over here on the far right. We'll take a look at the performance relative to the S&P 5, the Dow Jones. You can actually see that the portfolio has outperformed pretty well overall through some of the trading and through some of the investments that we've got in this account. So you can see up about 126 at the peak, actually almost 130% up. So we've definitely given back some of those profits recently on this account, but you can see that the Dow Jones in the same period of time is up about 54%, which is a very impressive return. But you can see being able to take a little bit out of risk on the upside has really caused this account to outperform. And I should say that you're not going to be able to outperform usually without taking a little bit more risk, which is what I did by buying individual stocks and taking some swing trades. I did some swing trading on the SPY, and like I said, I'm implementing my option strategy here, starting very small. You can actually see the order history today. I bought Apple calls, just one, as kind of I'm testing out this concept, but something that doesn't matter how long you're involved with markets, there's always more learning to do. And so options are something that is a little bit newer to me, but I am slowly figuring my way out through that. Anyways, guys, that's all I've got here. I wanted to show a little bit more transparency and show you guys a real account. Again, like I said, it shows you that I'm not a multi-millionaire Lamborghini driving trader. I don't think that that is really realistic. And a lot of what you see here online is definitely fake. So I would encourage you, whoever you listen to, whoever you watch, take it with a grain of salt. Be skeptical of everyone, and do your own due diligence on any sort of things that you see out online. If something seems too good to be true, it almost certainly is when it comes to markets. So of course, be realistic and look for stuff that sounds reasonable, not too good to be true. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great rest of your day. We'll see you back next time. Thank you.